Victor, you tie your career low on tour with a 61. If we can get some comments on an excellent round.
Yeah, Norwegian or English? English, sorry. Yeah, it was awesome stuff today. I've obviously been kind of battling some stuff, my golf swing, and not felt all that comfortable. But I felt like things stabilized a lot more today, and I was able to put the ball in the fairway, hit some great iron shots, and putter finally cooperated a little bit more today. So it was overall just a great round of golf.
I was on the range while you were getting ready to warm it up, and it felt like today, if there was going to be a really low round or some really low round shot, today was going to be the day. No wind, soft conditions. Were you under that impression when you were getting ready to go out today that today was the day?
Yeah, for sure. The greens were definitely a little bit softer today. But some of the pin locations they're tricky. I mean, it's tough to get close to a lot of them, and you have to kind of play a little bit passively on some of them, trying to give yourself a 20-footer instead of trying to go right at it. But yeah, I think as you're seeing, I think Scotty's taking it low today, and a lot of guys are playing well. So certainly it was more gettable today than it was even yesterday.
For those of us who are never going to shoot 61, what's the difference besides just like maybe a putt or two going in here or there between something like what happened today and say like a 65 or 66, which is still really good, but is there that big a difference for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously in the score it's a big difference,
right.
But in the way that you're doing it, maybe not so much. I mean, the margins for error are so small, and like for example on 13 I eagled it today, and I pulled my 5-iron just a little bit, and it stayed on top on the left, and I had about a 25 footer for eagle, and I mean it was probably 3 feet from taking the slope and going in the water, and I might make bogey. So it's like a lot of those small things. Like I could hit the exact same shot and 2 very different results. So you have a lot of things like that going your way, and then the 20, 25, 30 footers, you might make a couple of them, right, as opposed to sometimes you hit a great putt, lips out, and you might even miss the comebacker, and that's 2-shot difference. Yep. And you're not a worse golfer. It's just sometimes it's your day and sometimes it's not.
Now, when you've had a hot round like you had going today and you get to, for example, 15T, where you can make a score or things can go off the rails, 16, you're over water, 17, the tee box. Is there a different kind of pressure that maybe you put on yourself, knowing that like you want to keep the momentum going, like you're firmly in the tournament, you're going to be spoken about, going into the weekend? Does that finish and the way those holes set up create different kind of tension?
Yeah, it's awesome, especially the pin locations today. Like 15, that pin location you can kind of be a little bit aggressive with. I hit a nice 3-wood, but it just came out way too knuckly and didn't stop on the greens, and I had quite a tricky up and down from over the green. But 16, it's a very gettable hole, but it's so close to the water, and when you're in between clubs,
right, and
there should be some hurt up there, you just can't really go for that pin. So I hit it 20 feet past, and then on 17, tricky shot when it's straight downwind, because that pin is not it's sitting very close to the water. So you want to stuff it in there, but then at the same time you don't want to hit it in the water and give away the tournament.
And finally, by your standards, it's been a tough year off the tee. You came up when you were a pro, one of the straightest, longest drivers on tour. You've had some struggles. What today either clicked, or what has been sort of building up that got you to today where you hit a lot of fairways?
Yeah, I've obviously been working a lot on my swing to try to get back technically to where I can, not think about the swing as much and just step over the ball and expect to see a certain shot shape.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've gotten a lot closer to that in even recent weeks. I thought in Canada was a lot of promise, and even the U.S. Open, I drove it a lot better. I just had one OB ball on, the worst time possible. I hit one bad shot in the left to right wind, and it was gone to the right. So, it's just been, I'm seeing the good shots are really good. It's just the bad ones have been punishing me a lot. And I feel like what my feel was in my swing and what I've been working on is starting to kind of get the shot dispersion a little bit tighter. So
starting to trust it a little bit more.
Yeah, for
cool.
Sure.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
You got it.
Just a quick one. Mentally, anything different seeing Scotty on top of the board as opposed to anybody else?
Obviously he's the best player in the world, and he's not going to give anything up. But it's just kind of excitement, to be honest, to go to have a chance to go up against a guy that's playing some amazing golf, and it should be a really fun weekend.